Welcome to another installment of a segment where we dive into Elder Scrolls Online's many sets and explore what sort of builds you can make. In this video, we'll take a look at the Balorgh Monster Set, which gives a weapon and spell damage bonus equal to the ultimate consume. This set was added to the game with the Wolf Hunter DLC, and it launched on PC and Mac on August 11th, 2018, and consoles on August 28th, 2018. Wolf Hunter introduced two new dungeons, March of Sacrifices and Moonhunter Keep, which are werewolf themed. Balorgh Helm drops 100% of the time from the final boss in March of Sacrifices on Veteran mode. Shoulders have a chance to drop from Balorgh Chief Bane's chest using pledge keys. This set comes with all weights with random traits. The light version comes with magicka, medium with stamina, and heavy with health enchantment. Keep in mind that you can use transmutation to change traits if you wish. The Balorgh set adds 129 weapon and spell damage for the 1-piece bonus, and the 2-piece bonus gives additional weapon and spell damage for 10 seconds, that is twice the amount of the total ultimate points consumed. This makes Balorgh great for both stamina and magicka DPS builds. Ultimates and how ultimate points are generated. Ultimate skills are very powerful abilities that do not use magicka or stamina. Instead, activating ultimate skills costs a separate resource called ultimate points. Ultimate points are generated by attacking enemies with light or heavy attacks. When an enemy is hit, you get a buff that lasts 8 seconds, and it gives 3 ultimate per second for a total of 24 ultimate points. Ultimate points are not generated only with attacks, however, but also by dodging and blocking as well. Players can also gain ultimate through skills and sets, as well as 2 buffs called Minor Heroism and Major Heroism. Minor and Major Heroism both stack with one another, but you cannot have 2 of the same buff active at once. This means that if you use a skill and a set that both grant Major Heroism, for example, you will not gain any more ultimate than if you only used the skill or the set individually. The following are a list of sets and skills that grant ultimate. What you need to know about the Balorgh set. How this set works is whenever an ultimate ability is used, all the ultimate points will be consumed regardless of how much the ultimate usually costs, which is true anyways, set or not. Those ultimate points are then multiplied by 2 and added to weapon and spell damage. So if you're at a maximum of 500 ultimate points and an ultimate ability has been used, 1000 spell and weapon damage is going to be added for 10 seconds. This value might seem abstract, so let's compare default tooltip damage with 1000 spell damage increase for some Dragonite abilities. Now you know that 1000 spell and weapon damage equals roughly a 17.6% increase for the most part, not including critical damage, and is a significant increase that lasts for 10 seconds. What is amazing is that the set bonus works with the ultimate ability you use to gain the set bonus in the first place, increasing its damage as well. In this case, I'm going to compare tooltip damage of the Elemental Rage ultimate with the 1000 spell and weapon damage boost. Minor and Major Sorcery and Minor and Major Brutality stack with the weapon and spell damage from Balorgh, and they can lead to even more powerful attacks. In a perfect world with minor and major buffs active, total weapon and spell damage gets increased by 30% more for a total of 1300 spell and weapon damage added when at maximum ultimate. This allows you to have incredible burst damage for a very short period of time. The drawback is that you have to not use ultimate for a lengthy period of time in order to get this burst. Notes for PvE players. The Balorgh set is a great addition to any DPS build. Having such an increase in damage for 10 seconds is beneficial to overall DPS, especially because it increases the damage from the initial ultimate. There are ways to optimize builds around Balorgh in order to get maximum ultimate points faster, but these are not needed to get great performance. Shock Exoskeleton and Champion of the Hist grant Minor Heroism at all times while in combat, providing 1 ultimate point every 1.5 seconds. This stacks with the ultimate gain from light and heavy attacks, so your ultimate gain rate with only these 2 is 3.66 ultimate points per second constantly, assuming that you're hitting an enemy with a light attack as part of your rotation, which you should be. I highly recommend one of these 2 sets with Balorgh, but again, they are not needed for this set to be used to great effect. Wardens have the Shimmering Shield ability that grants Major Heroism for 6 seconds whenever a projectile is absorbed. Major and Minor Heroism stack and combined give 4 ultimate per 1.5 seconds. With ultimate gain from light and heavy attack, that can climb to 6.6 ultimate points per second, making Wardens one of the better classes to use with this set. There are also other sets that can be considered okay combinations with Balorgh. Hide of the Werewolf grants 5 ultimate whenever you take damage, but it can only occur every 5 seconds. Deadwater's Guile is great against tons of trash mobs since it gives 5 ultimate if an enemy that you damage dies within 2 seconds. Notes for PvP players. Burst damage is king in PvP, so Balorgh is definitely a good choice here, regardless of what sort of build you play. The added damage increase for 10 seconds can make some burst damage abilities even more powerful than they already are. Also, the benefit of having stronger ultimate than everyone else who isn't wearing this set could prove to be a big advantage in a lot of situations. The main issue is that you need to stockpile your ultimate as high as you can before unleashing it, which can be difficult if you die. The Vicious Death set can be used to great effect with Balorgh in PvP because it will increase the damage of your bombing skills like Eye of the Storm or Soul Tether, and of course Magicka Detonation. This will provide more kills, which should in turn provide even more kills. Don't bomb anyone without it. Final thoughts. The Last Stand champion skill is highly recommended if you plan on going down the fast ultimate point generation route. When you fall below 20% health, you gain Major Heroism, which grants 18 ultimate over 8 seconds. This is probably more useful in PvP than PvE, but it's not bad to have either way. Using Jorvald's guidance can be beneficial if you applied Major Heroism to yourself, such as if you're a Warden, or the previously mentioned Last Stand champion skill. It can give you an extra couple of seconds, and it all adds up in the end. However, if you do not have the means to get Major Heroism, then it is useless when used with Champion of the Hist and Shock Exoskeleton, because these effects are permanent anyhow. One of the best ultimates to have with Balorg is definitely Shooting Star, because it generates 12 ultimate points per enemy hit. Obviously, it works much better versus large groups, but when fighting 2 or 3 enemies at once, it can give 24 to 36 ultimate points instantly, which is a great addition. Combine that with Deadwater's Guile, and you can gain ultimate insanely fast when fighting large groups of enemies, or even players in Cyrodiil. You are also much more likely to get kills with it, thanks to the Balorg set. Stay tuned as I'll be covering the rest of the SO sets, and be sure to check out our other SO guides.